Am I going to have to start changing my grand finals into best of 11s? Well, I don't know. Welcome back to Midweek Muster number 4's grand finals. Game number 4, and it might already be the last game of week 4. Puppy Paw is 3-0 up over Wham. Wham, who usually is able to match him pace for pace, take us 6, if not 7 games deep in a series, faces a complete wash here. Let's see if he can wash his face and make it to a redraft after game 4. Nothing but perfection now if Wham wants to get a win. This boy's hungry for it, guys. Wham won the first ever midweek muster and has not been able to since. He keeps getting blocked out by the same guy week after week after week. In fact, it took Louis MT taking out Puppy Paw for Wham to win that first week because Puppy Paw wasn't even in the finals. This guy is the guy to beat, right? We've seen that Wham is capable of getting a leg up over Vortex. Admittedly, that series was insanely close anyway. But Puppy Paw just looking on another level and now looks to close this series on his signature civ. This is what he is king on. This is what most players know him for. That he's renowned for. His Chinese is honestly on another level compared to his other civs. I think Byzantines was kind of catching up, but like honestly, Byzantines is crazy in almost any high-level pro's hands at this stage. The Chinese, in particular, have still remained a big standout. Ayubids have very cool competitive versatility, though, and we might be seeing a logistics dervish play. Maybe some pressure opportunities here, because dervishes are pretty good against Chinese that are not going to be going into range units unless they go Song, which is very expensive. Kalauga is a map as well. I mean, in terms of safe resources, the gold is usually slightly out of range. You've also got the issue of like the food locations. He actually dropped the mill forward to get the deer, which puts him a little bit exposed in terms of positioning here. 9 sheep, of course, versus it should be 9. Usually Kalauga spawns, I think, exactly 9 sheep per player. The interesting part to me is that he didn't opt for the mill back here. I think it's because he's trying to condense his eco here so that he can wall the tree line, wall to the gold, and then wall this side. So basically his food won't be touched due to walling. Wow, what's it going to be? It has to be logistics, right? Yeah. These guys love this build. This is their bread and butter. They thrive on it or they die by it. Culture and logistics, in particular on this map, feels really cool because if there's ever any sort of fishing plays, this is a really good way of surging forward to deny that. And what is up, Aprico Senman? Thank you very much for the Prime sub, mate. Welcome to the Swarm. Remember, guys, if you got subs, get them in. I appreciate it. We are literally going to see the resolution of week number 4 of a 30-week esports circuit. So there's plenty of hours of content that you can be dodging ads on. If you're watching later, go ahead and drop the Prime subs and subs across the channel. I appreciate the support. I don't think this is Barbican, right? It would feel so greedy. I mean, in theory, you can do it because Wham hasn't shown any signs of aggression. We know logistics is coming, but there's no guarantee that Wham's going to play the Age. This could just be fast castle with relics immediately pulled back at the beginning of it. Second taxman coming in. I mean, I still think this is an overtuned landmark. I genuinely believe Imperial Academy could just not have a discount on taxmen, and it would still be worth building every single game. Tax just feels too good. Even this nerf they just recently put in, where Imperial Examinations, it used to be 80 that you could carry with your tax. They put it down to 70. It's still ridiculously good. I think the cooldown is maybe just too low between taxing. This is fast castle. Okay, so Wham is just going to be full steam ahead. Makes sense, right? China is one of the hardest civs to try and dive in on, unless you can kind of guarantee a value in blobbing. Ayyubids, they're great for the quality of their raiding units. So like when your opponent's playing out the map, Desert Raiders can outplay. But I never really rate Ayyubids as this civ that you want to blob and go. It's not like, for example, English with 50 Lombos and 20-minute hunts. It doesn't function that way. It doesn't have access to those type of units. Dervish win complete. No advancement now, so this just has to be growth wing, right? Because remember, like, you know, you're going to be behind an economy because your opponent has the taxmen to amplify them. Spear's now coming out from Puppy Paw. What would be sick from Wham, actually, is if he just prepped archery ranges. It sounds kind of wild, but, you know, once you begin the tech up, the cool thing about going to archery ranges here is you can scale archers while you're waiting for the tech to complete. and then your opponent already has spears. Like, all you need to do is get in here with archers and deny this area. This is his entire economy. It's one screen. If you camp here, Puppy Paw goes full idle. Where's he going to go from there? Food on the east side? Close by. Back spawner berries? It's only 4. And I understand why people don't want to go archers, by the way. Like, the logic is if you save for the heavily armored units, they're individually worth more. But Camel Lancers can be countered from nades behind. What could be cool for Wham is... Oh, God. It's gonna... Oh, no. No, no, no. Puppy Paw, don't do it to him. I was about to say Ghoulam play, but I guess that ain't happening today. Come on. He's got a retracted goal, but it is so far away. Oh my god. I mean, he just has to gather what he can and get out, right? He's probably going to lose a villager in the process. Yeah, he's not moving them either. Wham. Oh no. Dervishes, they didn't even do that job! They had one job! Behind this Barbican. It's coming in. Are you kidding me? Puppy Paw. It's his signature delayed Barbican rush. This boy loves this build. Typically seen in Frizzy Marshes. Today on Kalauga. He's putting on the berries. I mean, mostly they've been exhausted, so it's not that big of a deal. It's going to give him the song, though. It's going to give him a staging point. He needs to reach for that gold. An outpost is coming up from Wham, though, aware of the threat that is looming. And can confirm, wait, it's not. He went for the industry wing. Wood and stone, guys. So he has a way of playing 2TC if he wants. He also is going to have the surplus wood initially to set up production buildings. I mean, I guess the idea is like growth gives you a burst, but industry gives you some longer presence. Shiv's out, though. Oh, this is cool. This is like, for example, with Delhi with Scholars, right? Because the Scholars can essentially heal the damage and contest the outpost rush of Mongols. The problem, though, is the Dervishes can't sustain as much as a Scholar can. Outpost, wait, he actually cancelled it and shifted the other side. So, wow, we'll get the defense up. So, well played, does by the time. Tech up. 40 seconds out. You really want to be moving with these relics, but you can already see, yeah, Puppy Paw, he's aware of it. He's not helping his brother shoving deer in. He's waiting for the inevitable pull because Kalauga tends to spawn most of the relics on one side of the map. I don't know if this was entirely intentional, but it just seems to be the way that I've noticed that it plays out is you, on average, will have a 3-2 split or a 4-1 split. It definitely feels maybe a little bit too powerful because it just gives one side that matters more than the others. It looks like he's going to try to take advantage of that side, and I believe he may have been seen shuffling out because the spearmen are already rotating around. Yeah, these relics do not feel like they're going home. Oh, tech up complete. Raxes are being dropped behind this. We have got the stone, the wood. Wham. Does he commit into a second TC? I mean, on the deer, it can make a lot of sense. The spearmen are just so close by, though. Relics are being pulled home, but look at the split. So much for that landmark choice. He has to drop and run. Does get away with the dervishes, but loses the scout in the process. Doesn't get the relics. He is at least buying space. Love this play. I thought he was going to go for the D on the south side, but this makes a lot more sense. You want to play your extension of eco away from where the fight is. Raxes are coming through. Golems have been queued up, but they were a little bit delayed. I believe Wham had a gap there because he was microing so much on the dervishes. Torch is not going to be good here for Puppy Paw, by the way. Like, the torch play, no. Because you're trying to torch into fire armor. You do, like, no damage here. It takes you so long to get a kill. The Golems will be there. And, guys, funnily enough, one Golem can win this fight. Like, no, you have to back away because the dervishes can just heal him. Yeah. One Golem can just defend this entire push. We do have Zhug coming, though. Puppy Paw, is he thinking of going castle? I mean, it's a decent number of Zhug and do, but with Golem starting coming out, even though they can kind of kite them, do some damage, they're always going to just be doing free damage, right? Into a unit that has 195 health. If you could castle at least, like, there's potentially a timing there. Still, it looks like he's investing in the age. Probably thinking about a ram rush onto the secondary town center. Yeah, the ranged armor play from Wham's kind of curious, guys. It's not actually necessary at all here, unless you think your opponent's going Castle Age. Because you can do cap out at 5 damage. And a Golem's default armor is 4. So you've already reduced the damage to the maximum. Essentially, Wham just basically wasted resources that could have otherwise went to an additional Golem. So yeah, to make sense of this, He has to go for someone that has higher arrow damage, like the static defenses. Could be just trying to skewer the gold, but I feel like you're leaning north side anyway. You need to, because if this TC goes down already, it's curtains closed, right? You don't have an economy lead. I mean, look at it. It's 39 villages to 38. Anytime Puppy Ball playing out the flanks, it really feels like WAM would benefit from just sneaking 1 or 2 camel lances. Probably feels it's necessary to get the Gulums for the defense here. Relics are at least garrisoned and more on the way home. 2 already banked, a 3rd one coming in. The scout does know what's happening over here, and it looks like he is already in position to potentially block that relic grab on the north. Yeah, 1 spearman. Dive comes in, wham. We saw this coming, right? Good off with the outpost, so it does garrison in time. No fire armor protection, guys. He's not connected into the House of Wisdom. Villager's still trying to pump here, but it's going to be difficult to get them out. He needs to move the troops fast. Gulums are on the way. He's got the Dervish as well. Torch damage, adding in fast here. He's going to get massacred the moment he tries to repair. And it's only 3 villagers anyway. Hides in the Stealth Forest. This is crafty. If he can bait him in, Gulums, Wallow comes out. That shoves him back a bit more. Remember, because he's carrying the relic, he is healing quicker on all these units. I feel like that was premature. There's no Wallow now. Behind this, oh my god, he's building a Tower of the Sultan. We have to see this win once, right? Surely. Gulums coming through. Starting to shove this back. I mean, you see how long it takes just to kill one of these heavily armed lads. Now, just a few left over to deal with the spears is going to work. So it looks like Wham is going to be able to hold here. He's moving forward to give that heal over. I think you need to reset. The Barbican's just so close by. I'm surprised Puppy Paw is not retreating into it. So it does get some breathing room here. Repair comes through. Wham. If he can get this Tower of the Sultan up, as meaningful as it often seems, it's not the worst of ideas against Mos Jugnu. It's not great either, but it's a very effective damage absorber that you can kind of get out of the fight quick enough. The reason why Tower of the Sultan isn't as good against Zhug is Zhug will do 3 times more damage than other range units, right? They'll do 3 damage each. So for example, every round of attacks go 90 damage, which is over 10% of your health. The catch, of course, is getting in range. Yeah, because Zhugnu aren't fast. Unlike the new line of AMD CPUs, the 9800 X3D, for example, is the fastest gaming CPU on the market. Oh, that was a smooth transition, KP. Yeah, click it out. Click on it now, guys. It actually helps the channel. It is an awareness campaign. We're trying to make people aware the new one is out. It's actually sold out everywhere right now, so they just want you to look at it. So click the link, and it lets them know they should be sponsoring AoE for more. TC is being kept alive here. The Gulums are buying the time necessary. Wallow's coming off cooldown at 15. You won't really get to use up the Zhugnu though. Love that on the Gulums. Just go for the double strike onto the Ram. He's min-maxing the distance here. Dervish is being chased. The Gulums will be able to mop up the Ram though. And the Dervish is just quick enough. Wait, as long as he moves. Remember, this guy, he heals himself while running away as well. And Spearmen actually don't really move very quick compared. A little bit subpar there. Wham didn't keep the moving going with the Dervish. A little bit surprised. However, the town center is still alive. Wham is not dead yet. He's struggling to build an eco lead though. And Puppy Paw is gradually clawing his way up towards Castle. I mean, he's got mangoes. We know Wham loves his mangoes, but I think the Canadians have tried to make Castle Age mangoes work in their games more than any other player, and credit to them. I think of the players I've seen trying it on Season 9, they're maybe the most consistent for finding ways for it to work. It feels weird against Zhug, though. Zhug just erase manganiques and mangoes, right? Oh, speaking of things they erase, villages. Only 3 Zhug, so we're going to get the shivs out, but it's still going to be idle time. A few villagers lost here in a game where your brother is mirroring your age. And he still has the eco lead. Yeah, this is horrible, man. Like, he's just wasting Sorcerer time. Doesn't quite get the extra villager kill, but 3 Zhug for 2 villagers you take every day of the week. And Wham has forgotten to drop off the relic. Look at this amazing relic I have. Bask in its glory. And yeah, the Tower of Salt took a long time to build because you only could ever afford one Golem to do it. Kind of worked out smartly there, right? It's going to get access to his primary gold again. However, like I said, if you lose this area, you lose the TC. Imagine these. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No. I've seen this too many times before. It is absolute BS. What was that beep? Wallow? Wait, oh. Wait, Puppy Paw? What? How is that not just the game? What just happened there? Sorry, let me do that correctly. What the just happened there? He's not dead. Tower of the Sultan's moving in the meantime. Barbican now being attacked. But yeah, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Look at his health. Look at his health. And tell me that you want to build this against Yug. Mangoes are trying to protect, but I think Wham may have jumped the gun on this one. Gooms are going to come out. Nicely done. The A-click shift over. So the Tower of the Sultan, the 1,000 resource investment is not going to die. Oh man, not just that, guys. He snuck something while we weren't looking. Mamluk's bravery is now in the picture. This is huge. Remember, it gives you the damage and movement speed buff. So when you just kill these easily killed Juganu, you're able to surge forward and kill additional. Hey, why does the Dervish not heal Manjanique now? So Barbican's down. Wham is alive. And we may yet see a redraft in this best of 7 grand finals. He did lose the TC. But he has got a 4th relic that he will eventually bank, I swear. And he could be going for a recovery TC because we have got the Stone Gathering. Wall ambitiously also going up. Meanwhile, Puppy Paw does get found on the flank here, so a little bit of clubbing done there, but not enough. The Lancers mirrored perfectly. Wham does have more Camel Lancers patrolling. Gulem's also going to force the villagers off of the deer. And that does mean the 5th relic could be coming home to Papa. Wham still not actually banking that 5th relic, 4th relic. It would be nice, but you also like the heal, I guess. Puppy Paw gonna try again. That overstep the Jugenu cost him all the momentum. Can he reclaim it quickly here with Lancers to back him this time? Should be much harder for Manjaniques just to save the day here. Wallow's going to come out. Mangoes need to move for the Jug. Love this. He's creating choke points intentionally. Ramping his production, but also giving him extra ground for the Manjaniques to feel safe in. More Tower of the Sultan over here. Whoa. Uh-oh. We may have forgotten about it. Gulems are trying to protect it. And it looks like he will be able to keep it alive, so might be worth repairing this up. It's an extra tool in the fight, right? Survives 21 HP. The ones you can do is like, I'll finish. No, 19 health left. Wham keeps this 1,000 resource investment alive. It's okay, guys. Those fires, like, you know what they are? They're hardening the wood. It's very healthy. Puppy Paw, meanwhile, think about this, guys. You know, he's playing out to the flanks, risky resources, right? I feel like he's exhausted resources at a much more rapid pace than Wham as well. So a farm transition is going to be needed sooner for Puppy Paw than it should for Wham. Now, you could argue he took more the neutral resources, but I don't think that's true. Deer, berries, these things in the center were not touched. It's the Tower of Sultan every time. The thing you fear. Leave, mere mortals. And welcome, myriad mortals. Thank you very much for the raid, mate. We may be witnessing the comeback of midweek muster number 4 here. If he can hold, but no! I had to say it. I had to say it. Manjanique's down. Camel Lancer's now on the way from Wham, but there's already crossbows starting to get mixed in. Puppy Paw's first line doesn't have them. However, what he does have is blob. A lot of it. Camel Lancer's still trying to raid. I mean, he needs to chip so much eco here, though. Tower Sultan also needs to participate. It's coming, guys. It's just going to take a while. You can probably like go to a waiting screen and put a countdown of 2 minutes and it still won't be in the fight. However, hold on. Puppy Pot, I think you're distracted by the raids there. Yeah, so overextended with the Juke. Camelots is going to chase this down. Second wave is arriving, though. That is crossbows. So this is where Wham needs to pull away. Instead, he commits. I don't think he realized that those are crossbows. What he's going to do now, Camelots are dead. Raiding wave, is looking for targets, but not able to find them. Puppy Paw has got 30 villagers moving into a dangerous position here, though. What is happening with that Tower of the Sultan? Archers are at least going to get a good trade here against the crossbows now, though. If he can finish off the Juke. But they're pretty much gone, right? Only 8 Juke remaining. I mean, in theory, Wham's comp works, right? Camelot's archers should beat crossbow knights. Then again, crossbows are just kind of absurd. The base damage is way too high. And who's won the most of these musters right now? Well, this one would make them even Stevens or domination for Puppy Paw. Puppy Paw is currently on a 2-win streak. This would be the 3rd in a row. Wham has only won 1 midweek muster, and that was the very first. These walls. Look, it's making a little house roof. The Lancers are still looming, though. This fishing is just so dangerous from Puppy Paw. Gold gathering also in the center. I don't mind this as much. I actually like that he's bringing his eco here because he can guard this area with his army. So when he goes out to places like this, that things start to often go bad for him. You can't eat me if you don't have anywhere to drop me off. Wow, that is... I mean, that's a very smart pig. I gotta give it to him. No meal, no me! Wait, no meal, no meal, no meal. There you go. Oh, okay. Camelots are starting to shuffle out here. I mean, Lancer's in position to guard, right? But they're heavily injured. You'll lose this fight every day of the week. Third one is also coming in to guarantee it. So Puppy Paw's going to have to forfeit the area or lose the villagers. What's it going to be? Okay, that's very creative. He pulls away with the Lancer at the end to pull away from his economy. I'm a bit surprised Wham isn't paranoid. There we go. Because you've seen a mill here, right? You should be suspecting your opponents in the area still. Meanwhile, there is a breakthrough on the south side. Lancers moving in. Crossbows. Starting to get honed in on here. Lancers can shuffle for that eco on the west side. A lot of gold gathering here that is now unguarded. Camel Lancers didn't actually chase that in the end. They went back. He's still trying to build this wall. Help. He has got 2 TC. Farms have at least been added in. Quick wall coming in just in time there from Wham to prevent a wrap onto the bulk eco. Although I don't think this entirely stops them, but it's going to buy time for the catch-up. Seriously dealt with there. So crossbows were in position guarding. Oof. One problem here for Puppy Paw is he's still playing on the limited resources and he hasn't made that granary transition, right? So if he doesn't kill Wham in the next like 3 or 4 minutes, there is going to be a problem here, right? The berries are exhausted. He's got Dare Berry in the center. He's got some berries behind, but then that's it, right? Like ball down here, done. I guess there's these ones. So I want to say 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5. 5 minutes at this type of like eco level sounds about right. So Puppy Paw needs to start thinking, can I actually kill Wham? I know my brother likes to turtle in these situations. And he, you know, he's basically back up against the wall. There's no recovery elsewhere. Is it safer to go for a farm transition instead? The healing is just so damn good. Even more so because Puppy Paw went Nest of Bees. This is pretty disastrous for him. Like, Dervish just offset his progress unless he has enough Nest of Bees to instantly kill. Dangerous gathering out here. Lance is still being annoying. I kind of feel like Wham is pulling ahead here. As has been highlighted in the chat, it is 5 relics, right? Farms coming in. I mean, China's eco is strong, right? But we mentioned the weaknesses of what Puppy Paw is doing here. He didn't play for 2 TC. In fact, it looks like he might be going for a keep drop with this much stone. Either that or just over gathering. I mean, if you go to TC drop, you'd expect it to be a lot sooner than this. Instead, the wood's going to everything else. Crossbow mass is big for Puppy though, and I won't say anything bad about crossbows. The bad I'll say is they need to probably be nerfed. They are too damn good, and they are the bread and butter of every comp right now that succeeds, we find. When you get deep in a castle, the guy with more crossbows tends to pull ahead. The Mango player is cool from WAM in theory, but you know. My worry is if we get mass Nesta Bees, mass Mangoes. Mass Nesta Bees has more potential to wipe the Mangoes than the Mangoes do the Knobs, right? Because Manganiques are more focused in their attack, Nesta Bees spread. And although you can use Incendiary shots, the damage doesn't really compare. And that's before we go blah blah something something, Clock Tower Nesta Bees, why does it exist? Right, 50% more health just makes these very hard to pick off. Treb's now coming. The keep drop is complete. So Puppy did go for the 4 defenses here. Hear me out. Another Tower of the Sultan. We can time you out. We want a longer series, not a shorter. Another raid coming in. I mean, he never got that reroll in time. In fact, the timing was most opportune. Puppy snuck in. The reroll comes through, but the villagers in the meantime. Every time it looks like WAM is about to take an advantage on Eco, it gets cut down. Also, WAM is now running out of gold, right? He's got the forward one with 3k, but that's essentially on the front line. That's going to give Puppy a pressure point at a point in the game where he still leads on military. Yeah, WAM realizes that we are getting mass crossbows now. Kind of scary if Puppy starts playing Nesta Bees. I'm surprised he's going Palace Guard here. Doesn't really make much sense. You know, maybe you think your opponent's going archers, but what would really lead you to believe that? It might be that Puppy thinking 3 or 4 minutes down the line because he knows WAM's out of gold. Even when you're limited on gold, though, with 5 relics, crossbows are somewhat scalable. Villagers, WAM is getting greedy. Tries to play for the resources on Puppy side. Gets denied. Tricky, right? You're playing Ayyubid, you can't touch the ball, so you have to get a bit more risky. Trebs are at least working on this castle. What he doesn't want is this situation where Puppy forces a fight here, and then this keep is assisting, because hand cannon slits on castles is kind of nutty. Camel Lancers are at least going to mirror the move of the Lancers, but another negative fight for WAM. Crossbows arrive at perfect time here. Outposts can't be built up. WAM is now going to lose another 5 villages. He's just not getting ahead on villages at all. Can't even hang around for a raid onto those eco belonging to Puppy either, right? Can WAM really play this game without gold? That is the question I'm now asking in my brain, right? Because he essentially is going to have to. This one's too far. We've seen how iffy it is to get out here. Farms, I'm not worried about the food. He can add farms. That's viable, right? Then again, wood is also a problem. He's running desperately low, and oh no. WAM. Wait. Don't chop that tree down. Do not. Not that. No, guys. They're in again. Oh, they're the scourge of his existence. Puppy now hitting and breaching on 2 sides. Archers are mirroring the move of the spears, though. The Lancer crossbow should be heading for the Lancers of the Chinese. Feels like Puppy is just somewhat playing with his food here. Tower the Sultan moves in and goes down. Trebuchet was at least able to set the keep ablaze. However, he may have been spread a bit too far thin here. WAM needs to pull back. Dive coming into the eco line. Now, this is 5 mangoes. And not many Lancers, guys. The crossbows can deal with that. The mangoes just need to deal with the blob. Needs to back it up. Manganiques turn for a shot. Puppy a little bit overkill there. But a second wave coming in. Might be worth some focus fire. Oh man, Puppy finally realizes what we were talking about. He's going into the spears. Spears, crossbows. I mean, if you micro the Manganiques correctly and don't target one location, great. You can win that fight. But WAM so far has been blobbing, right? Sees one crossbow, tries to kill him. Not great. Flank raid. Problematic. Just 1 or 2 Lancers added in. The Thrill should at least remove that. So at that stage, it's only a handful of spears. They might be cycling west if Puppy notices, but instead he's distracted right now. The push is coming in. Nesta Bees goes down. Still want to play the Manganiques. Need protection though. Reload complete. He needs to turn for a shot, but he doesn't feel like he can here. And he's lacking a front line. This is problematic. The Manganiques need to get that shot off. But the line formation kind of betrayed that they were all too far forward. Turns around now. Crossbows dodged though. Puppy Paw doesn't care. The Spearmen have started to reach the siege. He needs to keep backing it up. The Nestami is now hitting the tree line. The Dervish is down. No more AoE heal. This is it. Puppy Paw, make it or break it. He might have just been broken. Gold gathering on the front line. Farm transition now underway for Puppy Paw, but the Manganiques held. And now, wham! After 30 minutes of being beaten up by his bro, he has the food, he has the timing. Horseman Golem on the way. What a morale booster at the most critical point when you couldn't wait any longer in the series. Wham! Finally starting to move up. Man goes for the reload here. Needs to be careful. Does spread the shots a little bit. Even if he has to back up here, guys, he has archers, horsemen, golems coming. He has 50 farms behind this. It's looking good. It's looking bright. And this series looking to go deeper into the night. GG gets called. Wham! Is able to get on the board in the craziest of ways. Wow. What a fantastic game. Perfectly orchestrated. I mean, I say perfectly, right? We saw losses on both sides, but the perfection is the fact that those errors were forced errors. Puppy Paw was relentless with his pressure, and what a morale booster it has to be after that opening, after how quickly this game looked like it was going to be over. The way that Wham was able to come back against Puppy Paw's signature sieve leaves a hell of a lot of hope for this grand finals. How it's going to end? No one knows. There's only one way to find out. You have to keep tuning in.